Yo, yo, yo. Today I'm doing a different video. I'm just gonna talk, um, like not about anything, but just life in general. Um, I was just talking to someone, and I was talking about, excuse me, the hiccups. My toothbrush and my toothpaste, and I specified that the fact that it was made of bamboo, and my fluoride-free toothpaste is like off eBay, and you can't buy this stuff in the supermarket. So yeah, anyway, I guess I'm gonna talk about fluoride in this video. But yeah, fluoride is a really big issue. Not for me, but I think for everyone in the world in general. Once upon a time, it was an issue for me, but for no reason. Like, doesn't cause me physical pain or anything. It's just like once I found out online that it was bad for me, I stopped using it, and it was literally like I've never met anyone that's not used it. It's just me that stopped using it. So I feel like I've met loads of people that have learned stuff online the same way I did, and uh, most of the time it is exactly the same stuff. So for me to never have met anyone makes me feel like I kind of need to make a video about this stuff, just talking about how important it is, because people just really just don't want to wake up to this idea that having fluoride-free toothpaste affects you differently. And I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't affect me differently, and it will never affect anyone differently. But the thing is it's so obvious. Um, if they're selling fluoride-free toothpaste, why? Why would they sell that? It's obvious that fluoride is freaking bad, especially all the evidence online. And then they sell fluoride-free toothpaste as well. It's just like, come on. Do the research. I'm telling you now, fluoride is bad because I've done the research, so you don't have to. But if you don't believe me, go do the research, and I'm telling you now, you'll just be back at this video watching it, and you'll feel like an idiot. Bruh, pause it if you don't believe me. Go do the research. Just type in "is fluoride bad" on Google, and then come back. I'll wait, literally. There you go. All right, but yeah. Um, so knowing that is like fucked. The fact that they're all out there just pushing this stuff, and it's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with toothpaste. It's the fluoride. The fluoride is scientifically proven to affect the brain in a certain way, and when it does that, it can't be reversed. You're basically affecting the whole genetic development of the human brain completely. It's irreversible. The effects are irreversible. So, what's happening is you're calcifying the pineal gland, and in doing so, the process affects the psyche, the physical. I guess most probably not the physical actually, but yeah, the mental state, the spiritual state, because everything your imagination is tied to sort of gets let go. So it's just like it's not powering anything anymore. You're just like a, I don't know. I guess when you have imagination and you see children that have imagination, they're using imagination almost 24/7. Even so much so that they live in this universe that's filled of these imaginative ideas that are based on uh, experiences they've had in this place, but most probably don't exist. So they're having fun with these ideas. Um, I mean, who knows? It's just happening in their imaginations, and for all I know, it could not. But whatever. I definitely remember having imagination, and I definitely know what it feels like. And I haven't used fluoride-free toothpaste. I haven't used fluoride toothpaste for years, for as long as I can remember. And yeah, honestly, I feel like it's because I feel like I don't have imagination anymore, obviously, but like I feel that's because I used a bunch of toothpaste, like with fluoride in it, and also drinking from tap water is generally known to have loads of metals and fluoride in as well. So like we're all fucked. Like there's no way we can get around it. It's even proved that the rainwater has fluoride in it, and the rainwater, I mean, you can't remove fluoride from water, even through the most intense distillation processes. You could buy kits online. You could buy special materials online to mix with the water to try and cleanse the water of the fluoride, and honestly, it will never work. Which means that, I mean, it will work to some extent, but it will never completely get rid of all the fluoride from water. So there are places in the world that are like clean water springs and stuff that don't have water in them because they haven't been injected and are not even connected to some extent. I don't know, but yeah, there are places where the clean water actually exists, and fuck knows where that is, but they're not bottling water from there. Trust me, because even bottled water is bad. Anything that's in plastic has plastic inside of it, meaning the plastic bottled water has plastic in the water. That's not like even freaking necessary at this point, but they're like, fuck it. They're like, we're gonna fill these people's bodies up with the weirdest chemicals ever until they're all completely dead inside, and they just give in and just drop down to the floor and die. That's literally what they're doing. You don't believe me? Look at the chemicals in everything you own. Anything that has ingredients, type it in on Google and see if it's not bad. I'm telling you, everything you own has all bad stuff in it. I swear down, it's all bad. Not one ingredient in anything you own is good. And which is why you need to go and do this research, because what you'll find is that everything is bad. All you'll find in these supermarkets is stuff that is bad for people, which is why you need to do your research, because you'll find that they don't sell this stuff where you want to buy it, because they'll make it hard for you on purpose. They'll make it expensive, and they'll make it some really random strange establishment online as well, because how is a company that's actually genuinely good for you actually going to get funding? Like, these people, they want us to die. They want to fill our bodies up with weird chemicals and shit. They're not going to fund some company that's actually got good products and it's actually good for the earth and the planet and people and stuff. Bruh. Otherwise, people would buy that stuff. It would be like a household name and everyone in the world would buy that stuff. No one knows of any brands that are actually genuinely good because they don't exist. And if they did exist, then they've been pushed under the rug, because that's the world we live in. It's absolutely savage, and there is no good things about this world at all. And if there are, again, pushed under the rug, because the illusion that everything is bad is all that matters to these people that have power, like the people that own these big supermarkets and the corporations that make the food that's in them. These are the people that the most sick and twisted, fucked up people. And seriously, just by talking about what I'm talking about, it's pretty obvious that we live in a world that's owned by sick and twisted, fucked up people. Because seriously, if someone was actually up there, and when I say up there, I mean up there with the people who've got money and shit, seriously, do you think they're going to put up with any of this crap? They've got power, and in having power, you can do whatever you want. So, seriously? I mean, I get that, like, you'll get evil people and you'll get gangs of evil people, and those evil people want to suppress the good people all the time, obviously. But I can kind of see that kind of happening up there with, like, immature people in power thinking that they own everything and everyone as well, because they have a little bit of recognition or a little bit of money or a little bit of control over some part of a business. You know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous. Meanwhile, people are genuinely devolving. I want to say dying, but it's not the right word, because they're not killing them, unfortunately. Because otherwise people would be able to genuinely claim against them, because it would be physically like a weapon of some sort, which it is in some extent, but like, you can't you can't physically be harmed by it, which is why it's not a crime directly. Although it is a crime to humanity to push these drugs that aren't good, and it's um, available for people to access their ingredients, and like I'm saying, you could just look it up online, and you could take all these corporations to court, and in court you'd be like, look, bro, look at the stuff they're selling. Let me just type in on Google a couple of these ingredients. And when I say type them in, it's because I don't know them off by heart. These words, they are literally like 25 letters long, and just looking at the word, you know you're never going to say it that one time without reading it like parts at a time. Because they don't teach you this stuff in school, and they won't ever teach you this stuff in school, because these things don't exist. They're making them up to try and confuse you. Like, nah, these things don't exist, and they don't exist in nature, which is why they don't matter and why we don't learn about them. And ingredients that come from nature is what you'll find in the healthier versions of the things that you've been sold your entire life. Toothpaste, shampoo, moisturizer, whatever oils or whatever, anything you use, makeup, toiletries, it's all bad. It's all got chemicals in that are bad for your skin, the environment, and yeah, you namely. So not directly, but over a long period of time, using that product will have an effect on your genes and your DNA. And when you reproduce, you'll reproduce those genes and DNA. So what you'll need to be aware of from now on is that everything that you do, everything you eat, and everything that you apply to your skin has a massive effect on you right in that moment. And I'm not going to lie, forever as well. So having knowledge like eating this compared to this, is like what you want, but I don't know. I guess it's not a differentiation between what you want and what you like, because I like some things that aren't that are good for me. So basically, it's to say, not all this stuff that's bad is what you want, because once upon a time, it seemed as though, Jesus, so many freaking police sirens. Everything that was good about life was also bad for you, and I'm serious. That's what it is for a lot of people. They don't know any different. Smoking, drinking, eating bad foods, tied into these cultures that aren't necessarily positive, have undertones of either racism or violence and competitiveness and the dog eat dog agenda, means that they're just in this trapped mentality of a negative way of living, and this can just mean that these people don't care most of the time if they are harming themselves or other people around them. Honestly, it's just like a way of releasing that emotion. It's a little bit of a cry for help, but this is why I do these things. It's because hopefully people will realise that in life there are steps you can take, and they're very simple steps. Although they may not be very appealing, they are in effect the only things that we can do, and those are doing our own research, having an open mind, and genuinely just trying to help every single person, whether they're a bad person or a good person. Just having like a different state of mind altogether can make you want to be a different person, not just being told what to do. So I could tell you what to do, that might work, but convincing you that this is really the only option we have in order to survive together. Because imagine everyone in the world was stripped of everything they were addicted to, and we were left with like a forest, and we had to freaking restart and make our own food and all that sort of stuff. People will go absolutely insane because of all their addictions and not being able to suppress the way that it affects them, not being able to feed their addiction. So, having this knowledge as well, that animals can exist in the forest without clothes, money, food. They're basically designed to live way more like savagely than we are, and they're fine with that. They're calm, and their energies are better than ours. Just having pets is evidence. How often do you see a freaking cat flipping out and spazzing out and being rude and racist? It's impossible. So yeah, being around animals is good. I don't have animals myself, but yeah, being around animals is good because their energy, their type of love that they have is similar to a kind of love that we need, and that's like they'll love any of their owners, and like I don't feel like we have a lot of respect for like our parents, let alone ourselves, and I don't feel like this is because of anything in particular, and I feel like it's actually a little bit implanted at this point from things that we've read or watched or listened to. We feel as though we have to rebel some sort of way, and I don't know, maybe not, but I definitely feel like it's just not been easy for people to grasp this kind of concept of wanting to be better for a really long time because of how culture has been affected by fuck knows people that control it, I guess. It's just been a bit of a distraction, and well, everything is a distraction from this. Basically, this is all that matters, trying to improve our health so that the next generation isn't unhealthy, or trying to get smart so that our next generation isn't stupid. I just don't understand how people out there aren't concerned, on this kind of level anyway, about trying to make a big change. Because a big change would be that everyone stops doing one thing, and for that to happen, it doesn't really take a lot. It takes someone to make something like kind of taboo, and then all of a sudden everyone just backs away from it. So for me to say something like toothpaste is bad doesn't really have any kind of effect, but if I say that this toothpaste is poison, I can say that legally as well, because effectively fluoride is kind of poison. It's like rat poison or something, I can't remember, but it's really bad. Like, it's supposed to, well, it decalcifies the freaking pineal gland. I'm sure in big doses it could kill. So yeah, it's literally as though you guys are brushing your teeth with poison. You need to stop doing that, and you need to go onto eBay and you need to look for Bika toothpaste, Bika, or just type in fluoride free, it will come up. There's a big bunch of different brands that make fluoride free toothpaste. You can also get bamboo toothbrushes, which are good for the environment, and once you learn about one thing, all these doors open up to millions of other things. So yeah, I must have learned about brushing my teeth differently a long time ago because of things like meat and milk. I wasn't a fan of meat or drinking milk for a really long time because of this video I watched by Spirit Science. It's literally just called "Are Meat and Milk Bad?" question mark. And in that video, I established with myself that I would just try and eat less meat. And I used to buy pizzas that were like cheap and frozen from the shop. And when I bought my pizzas after then, it would always be like a margarita pizza and stuff. And that's a trend that I still have with myself is I try not to buy pizzas with meat on because it's quite easy to do and it's over a long period of time it's quite a lot of meat that you're consuming. So because yeah, pizzas are quite easy thing to do, and generally from doing that, trying to avoid meat on my pizza, I stopped eating bacon. I stopped drinking milk altogether. I stopped drinking tea. I stopped drinking coffee. I tried to drink black coffee. I tried to drink black tea. I started drinking green tea with honey and with a bit of lemon because it is incredible. And then I stopped having lemon in it because buying fresh lemons is annoying. I don't necessarily have a shop that sells fresh food. I have to go all the way down. Oh my god, I've got Tesco right there. How about that? Um, um, But yeah, honestly, I feel like it only takes one person to feel like the right type of person. Like, I'm not the right type of person. You need like a freaking Karen ass woman, like some mum with like a massive freaking bipolar issue to go into like a public school and say to like a bunch of people, this is really bad, like everyone needs to, because imagine if I went up to a public school, I was like, look, I've got a bunch of stuff I need to talk about. First of all, they'd need to look at my background, then I would probably need to pay a bunch of money just to do it as well. Nah, this is why I'm doing this. I could do lectures via my videos, which is a good idea. I could do lectures one-on-one with people. I could do lectures on a live stream. Honestly, I feel like this is the best way to do it. Yeah, it's effectively like a little lecture, except this is more or less to me like my religion. Like, if I break this, then I've let myself down. To be fair, I bought milk recently. I've been trying to put on weight. Yeah, I bought milk today, and yeah, I haven't had milk in over like 2-3 years maybe. But yeah, I'm really skinny. I need to put some weight on, and I'll try anything at this point. So, I was contemplating getting red milk, but then I thought it wouldn't even be worth it. I wouldn't even be enjoying it, so I just got green milk. But it was really weird. Like, actually, no, it wasn't really weird, but that's what's weird about it is going back to milk just felt like absolute normal to me. And I'm not going back to milk. I'm just eating this box of cereal to try and put some weight on, and then I'll get rid of the milk. But yeah, milk is bad because it's not good for your bones, and if you do research, you'll find that it's actually bad for your bones, like the opposite way. Like, drinking milk doesn't make them stronger; it makes them weaker. And you'll learn that from doing research if you really care about drinking milk. But I'm telling you now, don't drink it. I know I'm drinking it right now, but I'm telling you, don't drink it. Because over a long period of time, it really will have effect on the inside of your body, your psyche, your spirituality, and just who you are as a person. I think it's already affected me today. I got really stressed out earlier. I haven't been stressed out in days, and guess what? Today was the first day I drank milk. So things I used to say about milk were like, it used to just be really thick, and I know I'm drinking green milk, but even then, to me, it was like I could feel my stomach after I'd eaten drunk something with milk in, and I could feel like this different kind of sensation from my stomach that was just like a different kind of full up kind of feeling that I just wasn't happy with, and I just wouldn't let it sit because I always had a strange feeling about milk not being 100% good. So I guess I was right, and yeah, I was. Turns out milk's bad. It was pushed on us since we were babies, straight after breast milk, and that's because these people that don't care about us and they want us to fill our bodies up with crap, they're very aware of that. They're very aware that milk affects you, and it wouldn't affect us if they wouldn't push it on us from a young age if they didn't know it affected us in that kind of way. And in that kind of way, I'm not really sure what that is, but I'm sure that so far I'm sure that it's just bad for your bones. Like it will make your bones weaker. And meat as well. It's full up of cancers and just all types of stuff that you just don't know. Do you know what I mean? There's not like a way you could find out. I guess you could have like a microscope, but really you're gonna see like a virus and be like, that's a virus. Nah. So it's difficult to actually know what is good and what is not. Things like fruit in the supermarket are all genetically modified. If you go to the organic section, you're paying a little bit extra, but that's real fruit right there. There's seeds in the fruit. If you're buying fruit in general from the general section in the supermarket, it won't have any seeds in, and that's because it's not fruit, it's genetically modified fruit, meaning the seeds that grew that fruit were were bought by a farmer, and the farmer once upon a time didn't have to buy seeds. He would take the seeds from fruit he had already farmed and replant them, and that's how fruit existed before, a non-genetically modified fruit. So now we have this fruit that basically is genetically modified for the reason that the farmers have to buy their seeds from this big seed selling company. This big seed selling company is the same company that makes all the food, that sells all the food, is the distributor basically. The guy at the top, or the people at the top. So farmers have spent quite a lot of money buying these seeds because they have no other option. It's their job. They own a farm. They have to farm to get money. So you wouldn't believe how expensive these seeds are. So much so that it literally puts farmers out of business, and not just a few farmers, all of the farmers. They've all been put out of business, and they commit suicide because they've got nothing left apart from a farm they can't afford to use. This really happened, and all for the sake of genetically modified organisms or fruit or whatever. And yeah, I don't necessarily know the difference between a genetically modified fruit and a real one, on the scale of is it good or is it bad for you. I just know that if you're eating a fruit in comparison to a genetically modified fruit, there's got to be more health in the real fruit. Like, I don't know why I feel like the genetically modified fruit are bad, but they're genetically modified. Like, how could they not be bad? They don't have seeds in. I mean, I know now they don't have seeds in. We're not ingesting them, and I guess they're not to be ingested, they're to be replanted. So there's that. Still doesn't make me want to buy it though. And yeah, it is weird because they don't mention it. Imagine if the sign in the supermarket, as soon as you walk in on that fresh section, it didn't say organic. It said uh, genetically modified fruit, where all the modified fruit was, and then the organic section said nothing. That's what should really be happening, and they will never do that because they don't want people to look at the companies like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? What the hell? And that's exactly what I'm saying right now. Is we need to look at these companies like, what the hell are you doing? You're distributors to millions, hundreds of millions of people, and you're acting like this is okay. Like, I don't know, man. If there was a good supermarket, it would literally be the way I described it just now. They just put the signs in the right places. They'd label everything what it is, and most probably do a round trip of the whole supermarket and ingredient check everything for good and bad ingredients, and all the ones with the bad ingredients would be removed or changed to a version of themselves that are good ingredients. So it's just that simple. And it's nothing to do with the consumers, the customers. It's not their job. It's the manager's job, or it's the people that own the companies. It's the distributors' jobs to sort all this stuff out, and they're not going to sort it out. Which is why I'm saying we need to start a freaking revolution. We need to start some kind of wave that's just I don't know, it just is so horrible to think that this stuff is never ever going to change. And it could change as well. It just literally just needs people to come together and do something about it, like vote. Vote. Like create a kind of agenda that supports what I'm talking about, and then do something about it, like raise money for it or something. And then what do you know, you've got more people, and then you've got more power, and then it wouldn't even take long to start this revolution, get people from all over the world to sign a petition, or I don't know, I'm not going to say we need to go out there and do violent stuff, because it's not the answer. The answer is trying to save people in the future from the effects that are happening now. And it's just like I think this is the most important thing anyway, like taking care of people in the future. Like I don't know, imagine people once upon a time did stuff to look after us now, and I'm pretty sure that did happen. So I'm sure we could do stuff for people in the future. We just need to be aware. That's all it is. We just need to be more aware, because being more aware means that you don't buy this stuff. Also means that you recommend the right stuff to the people that are buying the wrong stuff. And then before you know it, everyone's buying the right stuff, and everyone's recommending the right stuff to everyone. So it all becomes irrelevant, the bad stuff. And it's like, no one wants the bad stuff, especially when you definitely know the difference. You would never pick the bad stuff, obviously. So I just know that like the way that I am as well is I would never buy regular paste if I had the option to buy the natural, healthier version of toothpaste. Because why the hell not? It's just common knowledge, unless you're genuinely that lazy. Jesus. But yeah, anyway, this has been a really long video about fluoride, I guess. Jesus, hiccups will never live. Fluoride, toothpaste, everything. The whole controversial cover up that is food in general. Bruh, there's no good food out there unless you buy all your fruits and vegetables from the organic section. Seriously, even then, the water is impossible to clean. The air is impossible to clean. Everywhere is disgusting, gross, and filled with chemicals, and we're fucked. Unless we all wake up all at the same time and all start some kind of revolution that's always going to be on top of how the world is going to try and fuck our immune systems up with the weirdest kind of injection of chemicals ever into our systems through basic cheap foods and namely cheap foods, because when you buy expensive stuff, all of a sudden all of that bad stuff doesn't exist, and it's like, oh my god. Now if you're ever taken to court, any of these distributors are ever taken to court over these matters of not necessarily hidden ingredients, but of ingredients that are detrimentally bad, and in my opinion, it's fucking tragic that they're even putting it in there. Jesus, I don't understand it, but yeah, they can just be like, it's because you couldn't afford the more expensive one, and no, it's not that. The more expensive one is just of better quality. It doesn't mean that you now have access to more ingredients and stuff. It's just like, oh my god. Maybe that's the excuse they'll make, maybe not, but seriously, I feel like that is the excuse that they'd make, because it's cheaper, literally. But no, it's not because it's cheaper. It's because they want to be annoying as frick. So they're annoying as frick. You either have to be really rich to afford all this hella good stuff, or you have to be very rational. I don't know how you're supposed to afford a healthy food, because it isn't affordable. Honestly, it's not. And I don't know where it comes from either, because it definitely doesn't exist around here. And this is another thing: is healthy food is very rare, and healthy food is important as well. I don't care what anyone says. Meat is definitely bad. Meat is all bad. All meat is bad. It is, of course it is. It's scientifically proven to be bad. It holds cancers, and it holds infections, and it's never been good for anything or anyone ever, and it's all just a little bit ethically wrong. Can we just take a step back? So I don't see how people aren't waking up, or at least a little bit concerned, because of being a little bit self-aware about something, and then that opening up their eyes to something else. So Jesus, it's like an impossible mission at this point to try and get people to freaking jump on the bandwagon of like being healthy and being spiritual and being accepting that this society is trying to get under our skin and make us do the job of committing suicide. Well, I don't know. Well, make us so stressed out and confused and scared that we buy into the entertainment industry and consumerism in order to feel more fulfilled. So it's not fair. Life is beautiful. Look at nature. Look at real fruit, and look at real vegetables. Look at the most natural sights on the planet. They're fantastic. Meanwhile, all that's in the news is politics arguing. And again, I'm going to have to make a video about politics. I'm going to do